Hello and welcome to Restore 2023, an opportunity to read together from God's Word, to know His heart and to grow in our love and our understanding, in our worship and praise for Him. Today we are in the book of Jeremiah, chapters 45 and 46. The content of chapter 45 belongs chronologically immediately after chapter 37, when we read that Baruch, son of Neriah, in verse 8 of chapter 36, did everything Jeremiah the prophet told him to do. At the Lord's temple, he read the words of the Lord from the scroll. Or later on in the chapter 36, verse 32, Jeremiah took another scroll and gave it to scribe Baruch, the son of Neriah. And as Jeremiah dictated, Baruch wrote on it all the words of the scroll that Jehoiakim, king of Judah, had burned in the fire. So this short chapter provides insight into Baruch's life and the discouragement and the sorrow he was facing when actually he wanted something bigger in his role. The weariness of being there for Jeremiah, but yet not realizing his faithfulness in serving God for the larger purposes of his will. Also, chapter 45, from a literary approach, serves us as an appendix to the historical incidents that are recorded here. Now, maybe the writer was trying to show here that Yahweh really protected faithful Baruch from the threats to the Judean remnants that are recorded in chapter 44. Then we move on to chapter 46. And chapter 46 fits very well with the calling that Jeremiah received initially in chapter 1 verse 5, that he was to be a prophet of the nations. In the book of Jeremiah, prophecies concerning foreign nations come to the end. That's what we're going to see from chapter 46 today until 51. In the other major prophets, like Isaiah or Ezekiel, these oracles come after the prophecies that are against Israel or Judah, or before the prophecies that are dealing with Israel's restoration. Now, the prophecies against foreign nations appear almost in every prophetical book, whether major prophets or minor prophets, apart from the book of Daniel and Hosea. And the fact that the prophets of Israel and Judah gave these oracles, these prophecies about other nations, reflects actually Yahweh's sovereignty of the whole world. The opening verses of chapter 46 introduce the oracles against the foreign nations, and then as a whole, and then they introduce us to the oracles against Egypt. There are three, verses 1 to 12, verses 13 to 24, verses 25 and 26. Plus there is another prophecy or oracle of encouragement that is directly for Judah, verses 27 and 28. But Egypt played a very important role in leading the destruction of Jerusalem, not only when they attacked them, but also afterwards. And according to ancient Near Eastern sources, as well as the Bible, the Egyptians tried to stop Babylon from completely defeating the Syrians in 609 BC. And as the Egyptian army went up for the Babylonians in the battle of Carchemish, they were attacked by the Judeans under the leadership of King Josiah. Remember? He was a godly king. But unfortunately, they defeated and killed Josiah. Then Jehoahaz, his first son, reigned for 3 months. And then Eliakim, which actually the Egyptians named Jehoiakim, was on the throne. We see this in 2 Chronicles chapter 36. So the book of Jeremiah pictures Jehoiakim as a no friend to the true God. He led Judah further away from God. And even after Jehoiakim, the kings of Judah that took over him or came, they put more confidence in Egypt in order for them to be saved from the Babylonians rather than God. This was and became a false trust and hope. Even on the occasion when the Egyptian threats turned the Babylonian army away from the walls of Jerusalem, we've read that in Jeremiah 37, this did not last long. And after the fall of Jerusalem, many Israelites fled to Egypt for refuge. That's what we see in chapters 44, I think. Jeremiah considered this as a totally misplaced trust when they actually could have turned to God and acknowledged his power and the reality of their relationship with him.